maybe about this in the future, but we have a kuleana individually to press in and be students of the Word. Yes, there are people that have a gift of teaching. There are people who have a gift of speaking. There's guys like me who use my gifts to be able to encourage the body in a setting like this. And at some point, we got to learn to feed ourselves. And I love what Paul told his young protege Timothy here in 2 Timothy 2:15. He said, do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a workman who does not need to be ashamed and who correctly handles the word of truth. It doesn't mean you need to be a theologian. In fact, it's probably a well-known fact, I have struggles, a love-hate relationship with academic theology. Doesn't mean you need to be a theologian, but God has given His Word to us in such a way that we can embrace it and understand it and handle it well. But like Paul said here to Timothy, we need to be intentional about that. And if we're going to be the maturing, growing kind of Jesus followers that apply ourselves to studying the Word and applying the Word in such a way that it changes our behavior and our actions and our attitudes, at some point we need to go deeper than the one-a-day vitamin approach to devotions. Again, nothing wrong with one-a-day vitamin approach to devotions. You know, I take some vitamins. My English brothers call them vitamins. I take vitamins. So it's not a bad thing. And I can't live on vitamins. I'd probably be thinner if I did, but I can't live on vitamins. Why? Because I need a well-balanced diet. And I take the vitamins because I'm old and I want a little extra oomph, yeah? Same with the Word. If we just take a one-a-day in the morning for about 5 minutes, that's better than not taking a Bible vitamin. And how are we going to go a little deeper? You know, that's why I'm such a fan of like KITI that we started. We're going to partner with Bethel University in Fort Wayne, Indiana to have a fully nationally accredited degree programs here on Kauai through our church. And I'm a fan of those kind of things. And any one of us, I didn't go to a seminary. I didn't do all that stuff. I just did my best to study to show myself approved. Why? Because the enemy wants us to walk in shame. He wants us to walk in biblical illiteracy. Because when we walk in biblical illiteracy, usually we do carnal things. And usually he brings guilt and condemnation and shame. And I think that's a awesome, I don't know what Paul was getting at when he said this to Timothy because I wasn't there. But I see that connection of carnal, immature behavior due to biblical illiteracy. And I've seen over the 40-some years of being a kahu that the enemy can use that to bring shame and guilt and condemnation. We can throw off the cloak of shame, and we can be people, I think the NIV says, who can rightly divide the word. But I love how the NASB puts it, who can handle the word of truth. And I would encourage you to do that. And if you don't know how, there's plenty of folks that can help you get going on that. The place I would start, it's about this simple. Maybe just start reading it and saying, Lord, speak to me. That's a good place to start. Because it's amazing what God will show us and encourage us with if we just take that step of intentionality, because this is His will. This is part of His plan for us. And